Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the Newberg, Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, November 6th. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you. So first off, we'll look at active listing activity. Last week in Newberg, I showed we had 5 new properties come on the market. You can see how that compares over the other prior weeks, kind of matches a low that we had, and then a high of 15 about 3 weeks back. And ended the week with 96 homes in total on the market, just down one from the prior week, but towards the upper end of the range over the 8 weeks here. Median list price and days on market for those active listings, that has been coming down in terms of the price. I had a high of 590 about 7 weeks back, and this last week hit a low for the 8 weeks at 550,000. And then days on market has been increasing from a low of 37 days about 8 weeks back to 51 days this last week. So getting close to almost 2 months of average market time for the current active listings in Newberg. Pending sales. Last week I showed we had 4 new pendings in Newberg. Last week, again, that kind of matches a low for the 8 weeks. Been a pretty tight range, though, between 4 and 8 per week in Newberg has been going pending. The total number of pendings, though, is continuing to kind of slide downward. This week came in at 36, and you can kind of see that's down considerably from where we were here, 7-8 weeks back at around 57. Listings and pending status. The median price and days on market for those pendings, that has been increasing over the 8-week period here. We had a low of 500,000, got up to 540 about 3 weeks back. It has kind of retreated a bit the past couple of weeks. This last week came in at 520,000. And then days on market's been holding pretty steady. You can kind of see here over this past month at around 41, 42 days or so. Off from a high of 50 we had about 5 weeks back. Finally, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this info together, I show we had 6 properties go from pending to sold last week in Newberg, up one from the prior week, and you can see where it compares to on a weekly basis. We had a low of 5, a high of 16, so towards the lower end of the range of weekly new closings. And when I look over the prior 4 weeks of activity on a weekly basis, this last week came in at 37. So 37 closings over the prior 4 weeks, up run from the prior week. And, in general, has been kind of up from earlier in the period here, as you can kind of see. Median sold price and the days on market for those solds, both those measures have been increasing. We had a low of 455,000 for the median price 8 weeks back, and this last week it's gone up to a high of 535,000 this last week, which was a pretty big jump from the week prior at 510. And then same thing with the days on market. We had a low of 7, and that's kind of been increasing. This last week took a jump from 25 up to 40. So, just continuing to kind of see things slowing down, things taking longer to sell, but prices have been certainly have been on the rise here over the past 2 months, which is interesting to note. And then lastly, we'll look at weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So the weeks of inventory, you can kind of see we had a low of just right around 9 weeks of inventory, couple weeks here, and a high of just under 13. The last couple of weeks has been, between 10 and 11 weeks of inventory. So it's been holding pretty steady. You can kind of see here over the past month in terms of the inventory level. And then the sale price as a percent of the list, you can kind of see that has been certainly headed down. We had a high of just under 97% of list price here 7 weeks back, and that has been on the decline for the most part. This last week hit a low here for the past 8 weeks at about 93.7%. So, pretty, a little over a 6% discount off of original list price. So, prices are definitely kind of remaining under pressure. We're seeing lots of price reductions, come through the market. And then, buyers are certainly continuing to be, a little more aggressive on offer prices and negotiating transactions. So So hope this weekly update has been helpful to you. As always, if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. Always happy to talk through situations. My number is 503-680-2065. If you're watching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and you can get these on a weekly basis and keep up to date on what's happening in your local market. As always, I really appreciate you watching. Hope you have a fantastic day and week ahead, and we will see you on the next video.